What is going on, guys? TD back with another video for you guys today, and boy, do we have an interesting topic, man. Do these NETDUMA routers really get you into Warzone bot lobbies? Is it really that simple? I don't know, man. We're going to talk about it here in a second, but kind of before I get into the whole NETDUMA situation, I did want to say that there's obviously a lot more. If you guys are probably watching this, you guys probably know what I'm talking about, but there's kind of a lot more regarding the whole skill-based matchmaking and these Warzone bot lobbies that I'm going to explain in this video, which I will probably do a video sometime in the future, if the next few days or so, kind of talking about the whole scope. It's probably going to be a little bit longer. I kind of want to try to keep this as concise and just straight to the point as possible, because the other day when I actually tweeted out that I've been using a method that I haven't seen necessarily yet being used that is way more consistent than a lot of these other methods that you guys are seeing on YouTube right now. I was doing that the other morning, and shout out to my buddy. I don't know if he wants his name out there yet. If you guys look at my Twitter, I'm sure you can find it or whatever, but we've been testing a bunch of stuff ever since Drifter uploaded his video where he basically came out and said that he does have a method that works I think pretty much 100% of the time to get you in these Warzone bot lobbies, but he basically said that he's not going to tell the community, as it'll ruin the game and stuff, and it's basically like cheating and all this. But he did say he like sent it to Activision for them to hopefully fix. But I don't know, that just kind of got me interested, because I'm not really like a scientific or a numbers person. I'm more of a media arts person myself, with cameras and electronics and stuff, so this is kind of way out of my element. But ever since that video, and obviously being the huge Call of Duty fan I am, and just kind of super involved in the community and stuff, or I don't know if I guess you'd say super involved, but I'm very in touch with what's going on in the community. It just kind of got me super interested. I'm trying to figure out, especially just the like mystery behind that, him coming out showing that he's getting these bot lobbies but not exactly saying how to do it. I don't know, it kind of just got me thinking. So again, yeah, me and a buddy of mine have been testing a bunch of different things over the past week, and I basically tweeted out the other day, we kind of got some like new developments and some things that are working a lot more consistently, which I'm not exactly ready to share yet, which I know is super frustrating for you guys to hear, man, but I want to give it some time. I'm not the person, I'm not gonna sell out to Activision or send all my data and stuff that I find to Activision. I don't really care about them. They've screwed me over enough times over the past years. I don't really care about them. I'm in it for the COD community, so I know some of you guys are gonna be mad that I'm not coming out and telling you guys this and all my findings and stuff yet, but just wait. I'm obviously doing some more tests. We're trying to figure out some more stuff. It's not super consistent yet to where I'm like ready to share it with you guys. We're still doing a bunch of different things that I still want to test out, and if a bunch of people are kind of getting into these lobbies and kind of making it harder for me to run the test and stuff, it's just going to make it harder, and we're never going to get to a better solution than what we already have with right now. So again, basically, anyway, long story short, I tweeted that out the other day, basically showing that I was getting in a ton of bronze lobbies very consistently. So obviously that spiked a lot of people's attention, and they were wondering how I was doing it. And a lot of people were just asking me, is it something to do with these NETDUMA routers? And I've responded to a lot of people on Twitter, especially direct messages and stuff, and I know it's obviously other people have like questions about it, so I kind of wanted to try to cover it to my best ability for you guys in the video today, and that's what we're here for. But I did want to say a quick disclaimer before I kind of get into my thoughts, opinions, and my answer to this question that you guys have been wondering. And basically, I did want to let you guys know that I personally do not have one of these NETDUMA routers. A buddy of mine actually does, and we've been testing this, again, like I said, over the past week in Warzone, trying to figure out what like this method is, if it has something to do with the NETDUMA routers, if it doesn't. And I basically been going off like basically everything he showed me. He's like screen shared the specific NETDUMA application that you use to actually do all the cool features that the router actually has. So I personally have not messed with anything on the NETDUMA myself. It's just basically kind of been over Discord and stuff. We've been kind of working together on that. So I just wanted to tell you guys that. I'm also not super familiar when it comes to internet and all that kind of stuff, and network and how servers and all that work. I'm basically just going to be telling you guys this from my perspective as somebody, again, who's super passionate about COD, super in touch with the community and just kind of everything obviously going on. So it may not be the best explanation. Everything may not be exactly right, but I'm just going to be telling you guys my thoughts and experiences that I've been experimenting with and that I've experienced over the past week of trying this, and technically, I guess, using one of these routers. When we were running the tests and stuff, I was obviously on his host, and we were kind of doing the changes and stuff, so that obviously I was being affected by whatever changes we were doing on the NETDUMA. So I did just want to say that before I kind of started explaining it, because I know I'm sure people are gonna go off in the comments or whatever, so go for it. But yeah, again, I'm just gonna be trying to explain it to my best ability for you guys and answer this question that I've been, again, getting a ton, and I'm sure a lot of other people are wondering in the community right now. So without further ado, my answer to the #1 question: Do NETDUMA routers actually get you into these Warzone bot lobbies? My answer is yes and no. So I say that because yes, they can get you into some bot lobbies, but a lot of the time they don't. And it's not something, like I kind of was saying, the tests aren't consistent. It's not something that will consistently work, especially not something like Drifter's talking about, that his works, like I'm pretty sure he said like almost every time, if not all the time. This method is not the #1 go-to, so definitely do not go out and buy a NETDUMA router thinking that you're about to get into every lobby is going to be a Warzone bot lobby. It's just not the case. It's skill-based matchmaking, and the whole system Activision has implanted is definitely way more complicated than I ever thought. And it definitely is more than just what server you're on and this, that, and the other thing. So definitely don't go out and buy a NETDUMA thinking that it's going to solve all your issues, because it definitely won't. But kind of going back to my answer, I'm going to kind of split it in between both. Like I said, it does work some of the time and some of the time it doesn't. So we'll start off with the yes, it does work. So again, if you guys have one of these routers, you guys can try this. Again, do not go out and buy one. I think they're honestly back ordered anyway. I think I saw a bunch of people tweeting on Twitter about it, basically saying they can't even get one now because I guess everybody in the community thinks this is the #1 solution to actually getting in these bot lobbies, and they're getting bought out like crazy. So I don't even know if you can get one right now. But if you already do happen to have one and you just kind of want to do some tests and stuff, it obviously is going to be way better if we have more people in the community kind of trying different things and seeing this, especially if you have one of these. Kind of going back to my answer of saying yes, that it does get you into Warzone bot lobbies, I'm going to kind of explain my situation and what we were doing specifically. So obviously I'm in the US, I'm in Michigan. So obviously a lot of it has to do with ping and network. So obviously there's servers, again, we're specifically talking about Warzone game servers and stuff because it does show the game servers on this NETDUMA application. So you can see in the server, or all the servers in the world regarding to Warzone, and it will go, you can go on there and it'll basically tell you your ping to each server. So you can pull up the ping heat map and you can go on there and it'll show you what your ping is compared to, I think it's the general like server locations. So it won't give you like a specific server, I don't believe, and show you the ping unless you're actually connected to it, like in a lobby. But you can basically go on there and you can look and it'll show you in the world what your ping is to that specific server. So we were, after kind of doing a little bit of research, we were on there messing around, just kind of checking for stuff. And for some reason over in Malaysia, it was showing that, even though that's literally across the world, it was showing that we were getting 30 ping to that Malaysian server for some reason, or that area or whatever. And which was weird because obviously over on that side, literally the opposite side of the world for us, at least over here in the US, like all the other servers were getting 150 to 200 plus like ping. So for some reason it was showing that there was a 30 millisecond ping server over there. So we were like, well, if for some reason if we can get connected to that and set our geolocation thing to Malaysia, then it could probably get us into like obviously some bad lobbies, because you don't hear of obviously many like sweaty players coming from like over there. So again, a lot of people have been trying this, like searching like in Egypt or like India or whatever, thinking that these countries just aren't as like good or whatever. They're not as skilled as some of the other countries that play the game. So that's what most people are doing. So again, like everybody else, we're like, all right, we'll try it. So we ended up kind of getting it set up to where it was basically only searching in Malaysia, but it again wasn't perfect. It doesn't work like people think it does. We had it set to Malaysia, but there's also another thing called ping assist, which again, I'm not very familiar with any of this stuff. This is just kind of the stuff I was being told and being shown on my other screen. And basically we were kind of messing with the ping assist, and we did have a few times. I also will let you guys know our tests were in the morning here on the East Coast time of the US, so I don't know exactly what time it was over there or why. That's a lot of the problem with it too, is it varies on what time of day and stuff you're doing, because these servers are not all on at like the same time. So it very much varies a ton. But that's when we were doing our test, and that's when it was showing up. And this was about a few days ago. And we basically set our polygon or our geographical thing to Malaysia. And this was due to, if you guys know KIRNEILL on Twitter, I'm going to link a video for his down below too. You guys can check out in his Twitter because he is way more knowledgeable about all this stuff than I am. But he tweeted out a picture basically showing his NETDUMA setup, and we were kind of wondering why he would like have his thing set to Malaysia and all that. And then we saw that there was like a very low latency or low ping server over there. So we're like, why not? So we tried it. But basically we set up the ping assist to I think around like 50, and we basically had it set up to where I think we were in like a Malaysian server, but it was pinging a bunch of different people across the world, and I think like bringing them into the server. I'm not exactly sure how technical it works, but basically it did work a few times. We were getting into these like very bad lobbies. For some reason the ping was very low. It was around like 20 to 30. I think it even went up to like a little bit over 40 at some point, which isn't horrible. it was working good. It wasn't like lagging or anything, which doesn't make any sense because it's so far away in the world. But yeah, we did get into a few lobbies and they were very low. I think they were around like silver and I think maybe a gold or two. I don't know if we got, I don't think we got any bronze lobbies from it. So it wasn't like very horrible lobbies, but I'm in diamond. I have a 3 KD on Warzone and my lobbies are not, if you guys have the Warzone companion app and you guys have the thing on there to where it shows basically the skill of the lobby. So if it's like a 99 out of 100, that's like obviously like one of the highest you can get. My normal lobbies, if I just play Warzone regular, are 90 to 99 out of 100 every time basically. So I obviously never get into like these low lobbies. So when I was getting into these low lobbies being connected to that, I was like, okay, so this definitely could be something. So it did work for a few games. Some of the games, it would kind of go back to a diamond. It would shoot back up to around like the 90 to 95 out of 100. So I was like, dang, it's not something that works every time. And then we kind of did that for a few hours and kind of whatever, when it got off, came back the next day, we're trying it again. And for some reason now, if you guys have one of these and you can look on there, the Malaysian server is not showing up. So I don't know if this was a method that some people were using these NETDUMAs to actually do it. Again, I don't know the super technicalities of it, but it's not showing up on there anymore. So this is something that you can't do now, I guess, on there. I don't know. It's not working now. So again, I don't know how it works with the servers or what's causing it to be off, but it basically isn't showing up on there. And after that happened, we basically did try to do some other countries. We tried like Brazil and stuff, and it just really wasn't working, and it definitely wasn't consistent at all. But I say yes to the NETDUMA giving you some bot lobbies, I'd say. But I wouldn't even go out and get one. It's not worth it. I'd wait till another method is found and something that actually works, and one that obviously doesn't require you to spend any money or anything on like a whole new router or whatever else. So yes, it does some of the time work, but the main answer I would say for these routers is no. So kind of going over to the no side of the answer to the question, again, like you guys have heard me been saying, it's not consistent enough to where it's worth doing. It's something that works very rarely, and it heavily depends on where you're at in the world, what servers and the latency and the ping that you're connecting to. If you're closer to one of these countries that don't have like a big population of people playing COD, then it may work better for you than somebody that's like in the US and trying to, kind of like me, that was trying to connect to these other servers. It may work a little bit, but it's definitely not something that works all the time at all. Another thing that people were saying too is that they were setting their geolocation to Hawaii, and they were like searching for like a lobby or whatever. And obviously there's no like actual like Warzone server in Hawaii. So they were saying it basically would ping out until it finds like a lobby, and then they were getting bot lobbies and stuff, which is not the case either. Or maybe it happened for them. I don't know. We tried that method as well and it did not work. So definitely setting your location to somewhere that doesn't have a COD server is definitely not the method. It doesn't really, it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. And again, it's like a rare occurrence that you even get into a bad lobby at all. I think honestly, this all has to do with more of the algorithm that they have designed inside the actual game itself than it has to do with a server or connecting to a different server or an area or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I probably explained that very badly. I'm super bad at explaining things, and especially something that I'm not too familiar with. So I just hope that helped you guys a little bit and hopefully saved you some money from going out and buying a NETDUMA. Obviously, the NETDUMAs are really good because obviously they help out with getting you into lobbies that you have lower ping. That's what they're designed for. So if you get one for that, I'd highly recommend it. From what I hear, they're really, really great. And they work very well. So I'd go out and get one for that, but definitely do not get one just to get into Warzone bot lobbies. But again, I probably explained it terrible, whatever. I don't care. I just wanted to upload this. I've been, again, being spammed with questions about if that's the method I used or if that actually works. And yeah, again, my answer is yes, but mostly no. It does not really work that well. And it's, again, definitely not worth getting a whole new router just to try for it to work maybe 1 to 2 times. You're honestly probably better off making another account on another system and queuing that into the same lobby and getting your one like game of playing bots or whatever until it goes back and realizes what you're doing and doesn't let you really do it anymore. So yeah, again, sorry if that was a bad explanation, but I just wanted to wanted to inform you guys just so you guys were aware and so that you guys can tell more people about this, because it's for some reason some misconception that's going on in the community right now that people think that, again, that these are like the end all be all like solution to getting into these Warzone bot lobbies, and unfortunately it's just not the case. It's not as easy as that as I wish it was. But yeah, again, I want to do some other videos kind of talking about the whole scope-based matchmaking, the Warzone bot lobbies and all that. I'll kind of whole video or maybe even like a live stream or something kind of talking about it more, because it's definitely something that is way more in depth than I ever thought, and it's definitely something that involves kind of some more explanation and stuff. But yeah, other than that, guys, I think that's gonna do it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully that informed you guys and gave you some more information that you didn't have before, even though, again, I'm not a pro by any means or somebody that's like super knowledgeable of any of that stuff really that I talked about. Again, that is just from my experience. That is what I experienced with trying to use that method as a method to get in Warzone bot lobbies. And again, it's just something that I really wouldn't recommend doing, and it's just not worth your time or money. So with all that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed. We'll have some more videos coming soon talking about this because I know it's super hot in the community right now, and I want to get to the bottom of it and figure out what is happening with these Warzone bot lobbies, because it's just, again, I know it's super frustrating when somebody comes out here, especially somebody as big as Drifter, basically tells us that there's a method that you can basically use to get these Warzone bot lobbies and make it a lot easier. And obviously everybody hates all these sweatiness and skill-based matchmaking that's in the games right now. And yeah, I know it's super frustrating, guys. I can completely relate to you. I'm still frustrated myself, and that's kind of what's pushed me to try to figure out what it is for you guys, so that I hopefully can share it with you guys as long as I don't get in trouble with Activision or suit or anything like that. So if that's the case, whenever I do figure it out, hopefully I will be able to share it with you guys and kind of let you guys know what it is. But until then, you guys will just have to stay tuned, I guess, and we'll have more information and stuff coming out for you guys hopefully soon. So again, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys did enjoy, please be sure to hit that like button, be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. I'm TD, and I'm out. Peace.